who was slain the same sun rises as it did in Patrick's Day, and so it will until the end of time. And when one looks at an old belfry, one can still hear in the air the bell that would have called them to prayer. Not far from home in Wales, there is Penmon, an old monastery, and I heard from people that in the area they had been hearing a bell from that part without anyone pulling it regularly at 4:30 in the morning, and they weren't amused, they were puzzled, and they asked, what was that? And the local clergyman said that would have been the bell they would have heard in the Middle Ages. Bring back the monks of old. At Sant'Antimo, we still had the old bells in the belfry, and the date way back in the Middle Ages was written on one of them. Abbot Hugh had made them for the Alpha and the Omega in the year 1218. The foundation of the monastery was 781, and the old Carolingian chapel where we learnt to say Mass was very old indeed. The church was 1118, the present church, and when one sang what had been sung there before at that very time, and the walls and the rafters seemed to recognize the music and echo it. And the altars were the same, and we were using these altars that were made for the sacrifice, and we were still facing the same rising sun. Here is the altar still there, and we used it facing east normally, with incense every day. Time stood still, and there was power in the air. I remember putting my head on that altar on that moment when they were electing to receive me in or not. I knew that if they did, I would be able also to offer the holy sacrifice on that altar after being ordained. Sant'Antimo was, by the very fact of its antiquity, a monument to the glory of God erected by man, with nothing spared. We were greatly helped by the language of beauty in architecture and in nature. One time, not long after ordination, I was reflecting on the power that was handed on to us. It was after singing High Mass, and after preaching one Sunday, and after hearing confessions, and I thought, this is the power of the Church, the power that for a short while we hold in our hands and on our lips until we pass away and ask others to take our place. Power There are strange things at work in little sounds, and molecules are moulded at a word by him that bade them be. And between the bounds held by short syllables, enough is heard to ratify and cleanse. Alas, nay, and to send to endless drifting, where no blood may touch again the soul that on this land a little moment, little thinking, stood. O Master, here I know I hold thee well, for 'twas for aye thy bidding that this be. Lead on, O priest eternal, for 'tis hell itself thou'dst have me quench. Eternity stands on a hand and tongue, and we are one in murmured whispers where 'tis done. 'Tis done.